here at... Okay, move the bag, I got it. Shake hands. None of us got a shake though. Oh. Okay.
What is that?
It's a mushroom.
The whole thing? Your meat looks different than mine.
How's your burger?
Amazing.
Amazing.
11 out of 5.
11 out of 5, wow. I did not expect it to explode. I got scared.
Look at that creek.
We in the thinnest elevator.
Don't take more than 2 breaths to use up all the air.
He said don't stand too close to the door. You're close to the door and you're on the whole other side. Oh, they wouldn't be able to move. We'd have the upper hand, brace against the wall and kick. What?
There's a spider on the car.
What happened to the headboard? Hello. Hey.
Did you have fun at the circus?
I haven't been yet.
Good. Have fun when you get here.
All right.
It's gonna be a real scream.
Ooh. Me too.
Good.
Cardio day, you know.
Yeah.
Just.
Is that?
Where are we going, y'all?
Like you're all the cool kids.
Oh,
do
dude.
hang out with the cool kids.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a first time I've been called a cool
Guy
kid.
with the death card on his shirt.
Oh, yeah.
That's really
what about
cool.
me?
That is. I love that shirt too.
All right.
That's awesome. Hey, you know the devil, just make sure you don't talk about me to him. I owe the guy $50. And he's
Dude.
playing for keeps, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
he does. Personally, I like dancing with the devil, but you know.
Ah, that's great. You don't owe him anything for that.
Nope. If anything, he should owe me, you know.
He should.
We made it. Just taking her ducklings to the park.
Thanks, Mom.
Just spent $60, but it's okay because it goes to helping animals. So tonight is a charity event here at Reign. Hello, at Reign of Terror.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow. We out here, we a squad, we got our Mortis Vivendi shirts going on. A justice,
Oh, it is?
death, the devil.
I thought it was more disability, like the size of a Starbucks drink.
Sir.
More this Trenta. More this Grande.
Aw, look at them. They're cute. Matching black and white. Horror in color, but always black and white. Wait, my boot came untied.
Oh, no.
Can you tie me? Thank you. Alright, we're going in. See you on the other side. Lane hours at Yum Yum Donuts.
We got the after party.
Hey. Yum. I'm still debating on a cream cheese bagel.
I'm like, do I want 4 little donuts or 1 big donut?
Or, because then you get an assortment of flavors.
Oh yeah.
Unless you just get 4 big donuts.
In that case, I'll get 2. That is what
What, the math that just happened, the multiplication.
Nothing equated anything up.
All I gotta do is put my mind to this.
All I gotta do is put my mind to this.
Okay, hi everyone, and we're back from Reign of Terror. I am joined with...
Ivan.
Oh, this is just Ivan, you already know. Where's my script?
And...
Jose. From Grim Geeks.
Tell us, what is your geeks?
It's an online magazine for geeks with grim taste.
So you should go check that out.
Absolutely.
We couldn't film inside the maze, unfortunately, but we're gonna tell you our thoughts. But first of all, a haunt event in March. Thoughts?
What'd you call it?
Bust down!
Bust down, that's the other bust down.
Join us for hot chocolate
Why
talk.
didn't we all drink at the same time?
We have a bunch of donuts here.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a mukbang video.
Out of pure lack of competition, any event that happens in like Halloween event that happens in spring is gonna look great because you don't have to deal with competition.
Yeah, and then no one has an excuse why they can't go. It's not like there's another fun event.
Yeah, that's the hard thing. We all deal. So we all deal with the haunt industry in some way. And it's hard to go to all of them because we're usually in the midst of something, and then it all happening at once is also a lot of money.
With bigger like theme park overlays, like not so Universal, you're paying one price for like everything all together at once for multiple haunts. But that's what was really cool about today's event too, is that you paid, it was $20 and the proceeds go to charity, goes to local animal shelters and rescue organizations as well. And it was different experiences with different themes, different attractions. It was like, what, 105 rooms or something?
105 rooms and 8 different attractions.
And they were all connected together, which I thought was pretty interesting. Instead of having it be like choose your own, it was all one huge, massive, seamless experience.
Do you think we missed anything not getting VIP? Because it looked like the VIP entrance was a different way.
I forgot that there was a VIP entrance. Yeah, everything just kind of, I don't know, felt like VIP all the way.
It did. I liked that they kept us sectioned so it didn't get to be too much of a conga line. When we would catch up with another group, very soon after there would be an actor that would kind of stop our group and give a little acting spiel and then send us off on our way, so it divided it throughout the maze.
I had been there years before, but I've only seen it lights on, and I've only seen it, I hadn't seen the things working. So it was really interesting to see what had changed, but it looks like they just continue to build and expand on what they've already amassed throughout the years. But in regards to what you said about the people who would kind of help with line flow, but who were like in character,
Yes.
that's one of the only weak points I thought there was tonight. It seemed like they weren't exactly sure where to go, but then again, it was a very busy night, so we did go towards the end of the night, and we probably got like the very exhausted talent ready, about to go home.
A lot of times, performers get to build their characters throughout the season, but this is a one-time special event, so they're probably given their role like the night before.
The first week is kind of rough.
Like dress rehearsal, I was like,
awkward.
you're just looking around. Like,
You're like, what am I supposed to do? I'm not scary.
you just like walk in a circle. You know, there's like that first like circle you make around the room, and like sit there. And
Okay, what can I use? Is this attached? Okay, that makes a noise. A donut. Does my character need a candle?
Yeah. And then the line stops, and you're like, okay, now I have to line control.
Oh no, they're all here. They're looking at me.
Now I have to perform.
Now I'm performing, looking
Now I'm
at all my
going
props. And then, total tangent. We would vibe off each other and just start speaking in French Creole. Literally all I was saying over and over was, my name is the voodoo priestess. And they'd be like, ah, she's cursing. I'm like, I'm just introducing myself.
Yeah, so that's why I don't really have any high expectations for as far as like performances. Some people, it's their first time scaring.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think the clowns were pretty experienced.
Yeah.
They did improvise like a lot most of their thing, but clowns is like.
Yeah, the clowns were probably the
they did
best.
them all.
Well, the reason that I brought that up is because the set suggests storytelling so strongly.
It really did.
Yeah, so it's a really strong set, and you could just look at it and it couldn't make a single sound, and you would already know that you would see that story conveyed visually. But it's because of that I had the expectation of the characters kind of matching the storytelling aspect of the sets around them.
I feel like maybe the most story was probably the fun house. The first area being like an underground mine didn't seem to have too much. There was that one where they made us wait in line and the army guy was like telling a story. Like, I think that had a storyline, but it flew past my head. I don't know.
It did too. I felt like he was trying to say we got through a mission, but I had no idea what the mission was. What did we do? I want to feel accomplished. He said we did a great job.
We did a great job. We did a lot of work to get there.
Oh,
Yeah, but I don't know.
we made it through as a team.
Yeah.
But I think that's like my fault too. I feel like I forget a lot of things.
I think the thing that had really strong storytelling was the Victorian era home, as well as the kind of exorcist looking, not to give too much away, but there's kind of, oh, should we even?
I mean, it seems like from what we've heard, like new things coming in anyway.
Oh yeah, we heard next up is spiders. He's so happy about this. He's gonna drag us.
I'm sure it's gonna be great. However, I do not bleeps with spiders. There was imagery that kind of called upon like The Exorcist in this really cool scene where you were looking up at like a stairway, or no, a balcony where you see a dummy there, and then the scare happens while you're distracted.
But I think the cool thing is that the rooms were small. So like your attention span, you're a little bit more focused because it's not like there's a lot of dead space. It's more of like focal points at every point of the room.
Yeah, I love that there was not a lot of dead spaces.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was the strongest point, and that's why I like the Victorian era home so much, was because it was really ornate, and there was so much so much detail, and in the props and in the decoration and the decor, and a lot of stuff that didn't even have to be there. And that's what's really hard is about making a realistic environment, is that you always usually notice the end of the set, or you see the very finished ends that look less expensive than the main piece of that room. But these were pretty ornate sets. Like the door, I was looking at the door when we first entered, and the glass had no reason to be colored and decorated, and it was beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah, the walls were like high. There wasn't really any focal points up ahead. So there was like really high ceilings and stuff, but there wasn't really. There were a few, but nothing really brought the attention up because they had really high like walls.
Oh, I love how I can't say that.
Oh, you were gonna say something.
It was just a hallway of doors, but with the lighting and everything, it made it look like a horror movie hallway. Yeah. One of the better ones I've seen, I think, at a haunted attraction.
Wait, which hallway?
It was.
There was like 2 or 3 hallways similar.
It was one in particular. I think it was in the Victorian section. That was just doors, and like it was just lit with white light that was flashing, but it kind of just, I don't know, it made it look longer and creepier.
Yeah, I remember.
It was where the doors were like kind of opening.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
And then there was another hallway that had like a window. I mean, picture frames.
Yeah.
The picture frames were kind of dark, but like it was still cool to see them with the story and stuff.
If you go on the website, it says that they have a different option to be ADA accessible for people in wheelchairs, for people with disabilities. So I'm really curious to see what it would be like, because we changed like
levels.
Yeah.
There were ramps. The walkways were like this, where they would move. I was in heels, y'all. I needed some assistance. Oh, and they had one of those areas where it's like a spinny room and you walk through a bridge. Me, heels, equilibrium up. I was legit like, y'all, please don't.
That's why I just was looking at my shoes, like right, left, right, left, right.
Oh yeah, I like to get dizzy. So
Yeah.
I try to stop myself in the middle, and I'm like, okay, just walk, and then I'm like falling, and I'm like, oh.
Do you ever close your eyes just to make sure you're not really moving?
I tried to do that, but I got scared.
I did it at Six Flags.
Six Flags.
Six Flags Fright Fest.
Fright Flags. Why don't they call it Fright Flags? That's brilliant.
Call them up right now.
Or 666 Flags.
No,
Whoa! You're gonna summon the devil. The shirt was free from Mortis Viventi. Thank you guys. Just gonna segue that in.
Oh yeah, mine was not free, but I still bought it because they're kind of cool.
Yeah, he's wearing justice right now. He was wearing death, but someone needed an outfit change. Their brand is like tarot cards, and they have really cool images. I love it.
I like that they're just like black and white.
I'll link them below. You should check them out. So, what did you guys think of the distractions in the room? Because I feel like when you would walk into a lot of rooms, you would look somewhere and the scare would come from somewhere else. And I feel like they did that a lot better than a lot of haunted attractions.
It was very mindful set design, and because the set design was so brilliant, there were some spots that are kind of like easy scares that you can tell, like, okay, if someone was right there, that would be such a cheap scare. They would get me automatically. I looked through a lot of corners, usually a lot of corners and stuff, and that's not where they came from. That's not where the scares came from. So that's what I like, that it was pretty consistent and not going for cheap scares. And the brilliant animatronics. I think the animatronics are next level. I don't know of another haunt of this tier that has that many animatronics like this.
Yeah.
I mean, even professionally, they're not too common in like to have them as consistently as Reign of Terror does throughout their maze, and the triggers are really brilliant.
Yeah, I think my favorite animatronic was the seamstress room.
Oh my gosh, that was my
That was, like, the
favorite.
best.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Why don't I hear? What was this?
There was
wearing
a
red
sewing
velvet.
machine. Two banshees just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Their outfits were beautiful.
They were.
That red velvet, I was like, oh, I see you.
I was waiting for that because that's the only animatronic that I had remembered from like walking through.
Yeah.
So I was like trying to recognize everything. I really liked the doll. Well, I mean, in terms of the room, like I loved the costume of the doll.
Yeah, I loved that one too, the mask. and
Yeah, the
everything
mask was
really
beautiful.
Nice, yeah.
I don't like most masks, period.
Yeah,
But
that one was great. And the performer did great too.
Yeah.
Oh, I did get scared like the first time. In the mine, and there was like a small tube, and I like looked inside because previously there was like holes, and so I was just looking in, and then I just turned around. Oh wow!
Turned away.
Wow.
It was scary.
Oh no.
It's okay. So he was looking through a tube that looked empty. Animatronic head popped out and it scared him. I thought you got hit with it because you were like afterwards, and so I thought that it like smacked you.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna get hit, because usually that's what happens.
You're getting hit by animatronic.
Well, I mean, a performer will get too close or something.
Oh my gosh, there was one performer, I really applaud him. He popped out of a spot and like, but like.
This impromptu performance.
No, but he like did that really close to my arm where I felt his like hot breath. It happened really fast, like his head was like that, and I was like, okay, good job not touching me, because that's hard.
I hate people breathing on me so much, and not for scary aspects. Like when monsters, some of them don't mean to do it. They're just like trying to be scary, so they're breathing heavy.
It's
Or they're
it's
tired.
hot, we're tired.
I know.
We're sweaty.
But if you're like close enough that I smell your personal fungus and like the sweat dripping down your body, I'm like, oh, that takes me out of it and just reminds me like, you're a human person, you're overworked. I'm sorry. Like, but anyway.
Unless you want to smell so that best part of your character.
I do like when haunt monsters like put scents on themselves.
Like pumpkins.
Yeah. Also, ooh, when we walked into the kitchen, it smelled like rotten turkey.
Oh, it smelled like good turkey. Like fresh. I was like, oh, this is Disneyland turkey leg.
I hate scents in mazes. If I walk out of a maze and then can't be a blank slate again by the time I enter something else, like I want to be able to go on throughout my day and I want to have the impact of like the memory within me, but I don't want to have anything physically like, I don't want to keep smelling that as I leave the maze.
What'd you say?
Does it smell like a fog machine in here or is it just us?
Someone's been in the fog too long.
I mean, that's not supposed to stay on you.
Yeah, wait.
I smell it.
Maybe
after.
someone did something to you.
They actually spritzed it on his jacket.
I say that though my maze was like covered in scents. It smelled like swampland. But that was more because of Lucas. Lucas, he made our maze smell like.
So,
But anyway.
so that little attack
I'm sorry.
against his own maze.
Yes.
Jose used to make a home haunt with his partner Lucas, and it was called Curse of the Devil Swamp.
The Curse of Devil Swamp, Faircraft Productions, and we brought our show to
Scare LA.
for multiple years, which is really cool. We were the first haunt.
I remember going through it. It was great.
Oh yeah! You drove out to Covina for it. That was cool.
Yes. You were like staring like a puppy. It was so cute.
Oh my god! Yeah. I'm not a
You
character, y'all. I really am not. And I found out that I was using Lucas's. I thought he didn't use that mask, and he did. And I was like, oh, interesting scent you put in it. And he was like, I use that every night for Ghost Town.
Oh! Haunt masks get gross.
Nice.
I bit into almost all of them.
I just ate a full croissant.
I know, I had too many.
Me too.
This is like the after mukbang video.
The after mukbang. Oh.
Do you smell that? This video has scents on
Smell
it.
of it. Like I'm eating a donut.
This is like Rugrats. Scratch your sticker now. Thanks. Oh, okay. I was like, what is that?
Wow, okay. I thought you were a real fan. You brought it up and
I
then.
knew. I thought I was Tommy Pickles when I was little.
Well, since we're eating donuts, I think there should be a scary donut news.
Donuts can never be scary.
But
And that attack was brought to you by Yum Yum Donuts. Sponsor us.
Please give us donuts. Actually, I don't care about donuts. I just want hot chocolate.
Oh, I care about donuts.
oh yeah, I'm gonna start eating donuts from now on.
No.
We said we were on a diet.
I'm not.
Final thoughts.
It was cute. What? You mad?
I loved it.
We had a ton of fun. It was amazing.
Was it in all ages?
It was like 13 and up.
It could have been all ages.
It probably was recommended 13 and up. I feel like that's how most haunt events are, unless you're doing like blackout or 17 or. Well, no, kids can go on there, right? If they have an adult. I don't know.
Really?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, that seems too like.
It does, but
Because they can touch you with certain things.
true.
Yeah.
So I don't think they would.
Yeah, they probably can't electrocute children.
Probably.
Why are we laughing?
Oh my god. The laughs got more evil after.
Thinking.
We're not actors, so we know how to do it. Oh no.
So in conclusion, it was great. We had some things to say, but overall it was fun. Worth the $20. It went to animals. And I think
I just imagine animals. Animals run the hunt.
They're in the back with donuts.
The interesting thing too about it is there's not like security inside, like no blackouts or like line control, but there was security cameras.
Ooh, there was security cameras everywhere.
They were everywhere.
Usually, at every hunt event, you hear, no phones. Don't take out your phone. I take out my phone anyway to get like a picture or something, a video really quickly. But like, it's really respectful. I don't have the flash on. And it's at a moment that's not intrusive and it's not a spoiler.
Oh, I filmed the whole thing.
But
I'm kidding.
But anyway, I did it because the cameras were like on and they have the little red light. And if you're paying attention, it doesn't distract from the show, but if you're paying attention, you can see it. And it made me keep my phone in my
I didn't sign anything
jacket.
that said not to film, so I could film my
But it's good. In retrospect, it's good and preserves the show, so why not?
What would you have taken a picture of?
I like slow-mos of people's performances because sometimes people don't realize how physical that performance is until they're... Oh, are you getting scared? That guy who came out in the crazy cage who was like, yeah.
Oh, that was amazing. Yeah, he was really good. Going back to what you said about the security not being there, the blackouts not being there, that was interesting and something I noticed too. And I wonder how the actors felt about that.
Yeah.
And if someone is manning the cameras working in a hunt, it's very, very scary.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen. Every
Yeah.
guest is different.
Yeah, and they like to mess with you just like that's what they came for almost.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. The funny thing is I've never been punched while scaring. Like I know to look out for guests and I know how to bob and weave when they no, because like sometimes they'll flail.
Yeah.
And you know to scare and get out of the way. And like the only time like I've been punched was like I was scaring someone completely different and someone behind me punched me. But I wasn't dressed as a girl and a like slightly large man, larger than me, punched me in the back. And I thankfully had a blackout right there that was really like on it for me. And after that he watched me like a hawk. I was like, oh, I love you, you're the best. Because sometimes you get security that just ain't it. There was one time I was in a maze and I would actually leave my area and go scare in a different room because there was a pregnant girl scarer in that room and the blackout in there was horrible. And I could not, like in my own conscience, leave her in there like that with that security. Because that
Don't
would
touch
be
people.
Please don't. We're
Don't
people.
touch people.
We won't touch you if you don't touch us.
Same rules that apply in the outside world. Don't touch people.
Yes.
Keep your hands to yourself.
No unwanted touching. Stop it.
When I was in high school, I completely forgot about this production. So junior year or sophomore year, Lucas and I did a maze at a school dance. And of course we didn't have any blackout. We staffed it and and so we were literally running around doing like different scare spots. And this one girl had a big katana sword thing as part of her costume because it was a Halloween dance.
Yeah.
And she went to all the boys and was like rubbing their crotches with her sword. And we went to tell the chaperones at the dance when then we had to shut the maze down and like the chaperones didn't know what to do because they were like, oh well, I'm in charge of the dance, not your event is like outside of the dance. And we're like, what? But anyway, it's...
I thought you were in charge of just the students.
Yeah.
Alright, sorry, we went off on a tangent. But thank you for joining us. Thank you, Reign of Terror, for having this night and for supporting local animal shelters. And like, subscribe, check out their channels, and we'll see you next time. Bye!